All right, the cost of a college education at Connecticut's largest state school just keeps going up. Earlier this month, UConn laid out its plan to raise rates for the next 5 years. Tonight, the News 8 investigators started looking into what's going on and why UConn is so expensive. Our chief investigator, David Iverson, begins his closer look at the cost of going to the state's biggest public university along an interstate outside of New Haven.
On a busy morning commute, there are a lot of eyes passing this stretch of I-95 on the way to New Haven. High above, but hard to miss, a billboard offering would-be UConn students a cheaper alternative. It reads, "Go to UMaine" for the in-state cost of UConn. Billboards just like it were put up in Connecticut and neighboring states days before UConn trustees approved a 31% tuition hike for students over the next 5 years.
You might call it dumb luck, or you might call it serendipitous, or it depends on what perspective you look at it from. But yeah, no, that was not our intention.
University of Maine Provost Jeff Hecker explains it's a new scholarship program that they hope will convince Connecticut students to think with their wallet and look at the cheaper alternative to the north.
If we provide scholarships, it'll bring you down to your in-state rate. We think it's the kind of thing that will draw students' attention and get them looking seriously at University of Maine.
Just like UConn, four-year state schools across the country are increasing their costs for students. Universities will say it's to stay competitive and give students what they're looking for. Here is what we found. UConn is the third most expensive behind the University of New Hampshire and the University of Vermont. UConn cost $28,274. The most expensive cost over $30,000. Among the same state colleges and universities, the total cost of going to school has gone up 16% since 2010 on average. UConn's cost has risen even more, 20% in the same time period. But UConn sees things differently. We asked for someone from the university to explain the rapidly rising rates. But it's winter break at UConn, so we had to settle for a statement from the university. A UConn spokesperson says the more accurate comparison is to look at public flagship schools. UConn measured itself against its actual competitors, schools that UConn applicants also applied to and received acceptances from. Schools like Penn State, the University of Virginia, and Rutgers, all more expensive than UConn. But you don't have to look any further than this billboard to see schools that UConn doesn't want to compare itself to, making the case that their education is just as competitive and will save Connecticut students and parents money at the same time. For the News 8 investigators, David Iverson reporting.